Hello, everyone.
Good evening,
Hello,
sir.
sir. Good
Hi.
evening, sir.
Good
Good evening,
evening.
sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello and
How?
welcome everyone. Hello, sir.
Hi.
This is Kriti Sinha, host of today's webinar on record with Ashish Chandra Jha. Mr. Ashish Chandra Jha is a product manager for AI initiative at HCL Software. He holds acute working experience at renowned and reputed MNCs like Boeing and also worked at Infinity Research in Artificial Intelligence RD and Deployment Department. I warmly welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Ashish Chandra Jha, who will share his valuable insight about artificial intelligence. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the warm welcome. Good evening to all of you. How are you guys doing today?
So
Saturday.
we all are good. We all are doing fine. Thank you, sir.
Great, great. So I'll just start with my introduction. Let me share the presentation. 1 minute.
Sure, sir.
You guys able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hi. So I am starting with my introduction by education. I am an electronics and telecommunication engineer. I am about to complete my master in business analytics. Uh, about my prior experience, I have worked on two of the India's first. So the product which are first of its kind in India, like I have worked for a product in renewable energy, which was actually a marketplace for renewable energy trading. So basically, like other commodity, like some of you might be doing trading. So trading of stocks. Similarly, energy is also getting traded every last Wednesday. Trading happens. Last Wednesday of every month is trading happens. So we have created a platform where renewable energy generator and buyer can collaborate and buy and sell renewable energy. So it's a kind of I will say it uh, Amazon. Amazon, where we go, seller offer their product and buyer used to go there and buy as per their requirement. So same like in energy, the product name is clickpower.in, and another product in digital marketing field, which where you can book any online digital ads. Like if anybody wants to do an advertisement in Times of India or say Hotstar or Book My Show website or Facebook or Google ads, anything, you can just book in 3 steps. So that product also. So these are two of the first of its own kind at that time when we have built up. After that, I was associated with two of my startups. One of that is swadesistyle.com, which was a e-commerce site where I so the motive was to gather India's everything best and sell over that platform. So it was far beyond Modi ji's movement. So this buy Desi or something like that. So it has been built in 2014. I graduated in 13 and like I was kind of a fresher like you guys. And at that time I have started it, but the product ran for a few months, but it failed. Whatever is the reason, less experience or whatever. Then I started my, along with my job career, I started my another startup called Digital Garnet, which is a digital marketing agency, which is now carried out by one of my friend. So it's a digital marketing agency plus institute in Hyderabad. So my friend is right now owning that. We have started it in back 2018. After that, my expertise are artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, analytics, digital marketing, advertisement, and product development. You guys can reach out to me on LinkedIn over this link. Maybe I'll share this in the chat in some time. And if you guys have any AI questions, AI related any queries, you can directly contact to me on my personal email ID.
Sure,
Cool.
Chandra.
So moving forward. So today let's learn little about innovations in artificial intelligence. So any of you know what is AI? As per your understanding, wrong, right, whatever you know, you can tell me.
So it's basically the feature by which a machine can implement some things like human. I basically understand AI in this term.
Yeah, mimicking humans reasonable power, reasoning
Yes, sir.
power basically. Yeah, good. Anyone else? Okay, I'll just move forward. So today I'll give you a small understanding on all these topics, like what is AI, then how do we classify AI, basics of how do if we got a problem of AI or a machine learning, how do, what will be the approach to solve any problem, then what is innovation, stages of innovation, then AI in innovation, then structured data and structured data you might have heard and read in your syllabus, then disadvantages and advantage of AI. Maybe we won't able to cover this because this is very vast, so up to this we will be covering today. So AI. So AI, I'll say AI is a kind of grandfather in simple words. Machine learning is the son, data science is another son, and deep learning comes inside both. So basically, it's a combination of ML and AI. So overall, whatever we do on data, that comes under artificial intelligence. Okay, based on what kind of data we are dealing with, we used to call it a problem of AI or a data science or a machine learning or deep learning, based on the I'll say data type. Okay, I will be explaining this how we are deciding it's a problem of AI or machine learning or data science in future. So basically, okay, just I'll, so AI, so there are two types of data, structured and unstructured. So when we have structured data, means numbers basically. So machine understands only numbers, all of you know. So in those cases, we will be using machine learning techniques. So and data science techniques. So machine learning techniques is basic. First, coming to data science technique. So data science is not new. It has been there for years. So we just call it by another name, statistics. So on statistics, there is a version of data science, you can say, where they are using some algorithm which has been derived from mathematics, and basically people are using R as tool to do any prediction or prescription. Similarly, over a period of time, machine learning has been developed and people started using Python for coding language. Deep learning is something where we use neural networks. Neural networks is similar to like what has been explained by one of you, is we want to we try to mimic human brain. So human brain contain neurons. Similarly, we And neurons contain information which transfer into our body and passes the information. Same happens in deep learning also. There will be neurons which will be carrying the information which pass from one layer to another. And overall AI will be unstructured data. I'll say unstructured data basically means images and videos and texts. So video is actually a bunch of images, series of images only. Any questions in understanding this?
Sir, the basic difference between the unstructured and structured data is not clear. Can you please explain it once more time?
Yeah, so there is a slide below that. So I have just given the introduction. While I will be covering that slide, I will be explaining that.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. So artificial intelligence based on data type, we have classified structured data and unstructured data. Example of data type will be structured data type will be numbers. So I was working on one of the problem. I'll just quickly show you. So yeah, so this one here, it's a recruitment process, how a person is getting hired or something like that. It's a data. So here we have to deal with numbers. So when we our input data is either from a CSV file, either from a database, either from a cloud or S3 bucket, wherever. So if our data type is numbers, so these also we convert it using some technique. We convert these also as in number. So then we call it structured data. Unstructured data is basically images. Like we do image recognition. Like on best example is on Facebook. When you tag someone, when you upload any picture among your friends, they will, and that friend is also on Facebook, they will ask tag your friend, and they will suggest the name of that friend. So that basically they have done AI facial recognition technique on the images what you have uploaded, and that guy have uploaded and everybody has uploaded. They have done image recognition. That's why Facebook algorithm knows who is that person by that face only. So another will be text. I'll say text in text sentiment analysis. So Twitter is flooded with lots of tweets. So the basic example could be take a take someone tweets and do a sentiment analysis on it. So on Twitter, people write in letters, basically texts. Then and it can be further classified into three categories for sentiment analysis: is positive, negative, and neutral. And and by that time, when you are dealing with that, that kind of data is unstructured data. And then audio data. So audio data can be okay. Audio is getting very much high. I'll say popularity these days because uh, we are getting lots of Alexas, Google Home in our houses. Those are basically a conversational AI which uses our command and play song, a turn off light, and those kind of things. So that looks so fancy. We feel like okay, we are a king. We are ordering something, and it is getting fulfilled. Now the difference of structured and unstructured data cleared.
Yes, sir. Sir, can we say that till the unstructured data does not gets converted to the machine learning language or machine language, it remains unstructured, and while the process gets completed, then it become a structured data?
Some sort of, you're right. So basically, if we are getting human readable, we are getting image or text or audio, we call it unstructured data. But again, computer has to understand into numbers only. So in text, we use lots of techniques, like it can be one hot encoding or it can be word embedding. There are few techniques by which we convert these text and images into numbers to feed to the computer.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so basically you're right. Structured data, unstructured data first convert to structured data by some process, and these individually image and text have a different ways to convert it to numbers, and then we can feed it to the machine for any kind of prediction.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, now
Sir, what is the
methods and
meaning of IoT?
I'll come. So I have covered everything here. I'll come in IoT and explain one example where we're using AI as IoT, some kind of. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So methods and algorithm based on available data. So basically, we do three kind of in machine learning. We have three kind of processes. In very simple language, I am explaining. Uh, by which we process the data and do some kind of prediction or classification. So in machine learning, we can do only two things. Either we predict something like whether somebody has cancer or not. That's a prediction based on data, some set of data, and doing prediction whether today it will rain or not rain. It's a prediction, right? Another one will be prescription, where we form a set of same kind of customers and we classify it, those kind of. Okay, so first thing will be here first thing will be supervised learning. In supervised learning, definition wise, we say that when we have the output in our data, in our features, we call it supervised learning data, where we do predictions. Not clear? Okay, I'll give you an example with my set of data. So this is the recruitment data. Just, are you able to see properly?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
okay, I'll give you an example. So okay, so this is the main thing where it's saying job status, whether that is joined or not joined. 0 for not joined, 1 for joined. Okay, this is a sample data which has been taken from somewhere. This is not any company's data, otherwise I won't be able to share it or showcase to you. That will be against company's policy. So this joined. Okay, so what I was telling is, just give me a minute. Yeah, so this data have its output whether that person has joined or not joined. Okay, now means this data has its output. Now what we can do, we can train our model using this data, and we can get some small set of data. Either we can keep it, suppose there are 150 rows, I think 50 rows. Okay, 50 is very very less count to give any kind of inference to any data, but I'm using this just for testing. So out of 50 data points, take 75 25 or 80 20, more for training, less for testing. And when we do, we will be even though we won't be having this data, we will be able to say that whether that person is going to join or not based on this learning. So this is called supervised learning, and we do predictions over there. Clear? Or I'm
Yes, sir.
going too fast?
No, sir. It's fine.
Okay. Now second one is unsupervised learning. Okay, what happens in unsupervised learning, we won't be having output. It can be said in many ways, like we won't be having y value of it. Like the straight line equation is what is the straight line equation? Right, right, good. So y here, y is the output and x is the input. Okay, whole machine learning things revolve around this equation. Okay, so this data in supervised learning, we will be having X value and Y value both, means input and output both. In unsupervised learning, we won't be having Y value. We will be having just X value. So in those kind of cases, we do classifications. Like example will be, okay, uh, we do classifications of maybe customers. Okay, uh, Amazon. Okay, take Amazon's example. Again, this is a recommendation engine example, but I'm to make you understand, I'm giving you a small example how what is supervised learning. So what happens? You have a number of data. You have a some features of a data where by name and age and gender, it's giving the shopping pattern of any person. Like some person, maybe up to 30 years, people are buying more expensive things like up to 10K, and above 60 people are buying less expensive things like 1000, 2000. So when we will be, so those set of customer who are buying less, uh, whose buying limit is less, those will be classified as one, or clustered as one set, another will be second set, third one will be that. So since it don't have output, on in unsupervised learning it don't have output, we do classifications over there. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And third one is reinforcement learning. So in reinforcement learning, what happens? Uh, okay, so it's a basic thing, mimic from human nature only. So when we were kid, we goes to near fire, we touch it one time, we get burned, and after that we won't touch it. And we go near candy, we taste it, we liked it, and we go multiple times, right? So reinforcement learning is like that only. It don't have any knowledge initially. It will learn, it will take the action. Like as a kid, we took the action of tasting chocolate or touching the fire. It take action based on that. If that action is right, it will reward it. So chocolate taste, our mouth is we get pleasure of tasting chocolate. That will be a reward for a kid. And when it get burnt, that's a I'll say penalization to the kid. Similarly, same thing happens in reinforcement learning. It takes the action first. If that is right, it will get reward. If that is wrong, it will get penalized.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Got it, sir.
So so basic thing I have explained properly. Now I'll go little fast. So in supervised learning, there are few algorithms which we do for our machine learning data science work, which are regression. Regression mainly works on that line equation y equal to mx plus c. And logistic equation, regression. In unsupervised learning, the famous algorithm. So these are the popular algorithm which we are using in these kind of so in supervised learning, it's clustering. So basically segmenting customers or people or product into some groups. So clustering, again clustering have different algorithm like k-mean clustering and other, agglomerative clustering and other. Now reinforcement learning, a popular algorithm is deep q network. Just to give you basic understanding of algorithms. Next, basic step. So if you want to solve any machine learning problem, where to start with? So there are few steps. Just give me 1 minute. Yeah. So basically, first we collect data from an open source, or if we have
Excuse me,
access
sir.
to a, yes.
Sir, there is a question in chat box. Could you please go through it?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a minute. I have to. Where's that? Can somebody read for me? Yeah.
Sure, sir.
Okay. I have explained it in the beginning. AI is the grandfather and machine learning comes under it. AI comprises of both structured data, dealing with structured data and unstructured data. Machine learning is more towards structured data. So that's the basic difference which I follow based on data while working on it. You can find n number of differences over internet, but while working on the type of data we classify it like that. Okay, Abhinav. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so few steps are: first we have to get the data from somewhere, either from open source, either from a DB, either from a cloud somewhere. Then we do EDA, exploratory data analysis. We Okay, in very simple language, if you want to build what, you must have done carpentry in your first year, right? So what you do, first you get a wood, that is data collection. You get a raw wood. Okay, now you see the wood here, there, where, in which side we have to curve like that, in which side. So you visualize it. If that wood is not good, uh, you need to check with the supervisor, okay, this is not good or something like that. So first thing is data collection, collecting the wood. Second thing is you see it, as per your understanding you see it. So you see it, if that wood is not good, you will talk to the supervisor over there and ask for another one. Here, if some data is missing or something, you ask, or any of the important feature which is required for the analysis you don't have it, you ask for those who are the data owners of that particular data. So that's actually, then third is data cleaning. Okay, so if that wood is very dirty or something and you want to make a fresh piece of art, you clean it by paper or something. Here we, what we do, we clean the data. If we have any missing value, if we have any string value, string need to be converted to numbers again to feed to the machine. Then basically, if you have any outlier basically is, suppose in your class everybody is waking up at 6 o'clock. One person is getting wake up at 12 o'clock, so he's the outlier. So whose value is extremely low or extremely high. So those kind of things need to be cleaned over there at data cleaning step. Then we will again see it whether that the data is proper or not. In any machine learning or AI problem, 60 to 70% of time will be given up to data cleaning. Model building is less work time. Okay, so and the person who does that is called a data analyst. So there are multiple profiles involved in these kind of steps. So first person will be a database administrator or a data engineer, we can say first. Second, we can say data analyst or a power BI guy, or I'll say visualization guy. Third will be again data analyst. Fourth will be again visualization guy. These are same only. So after clean, we again check everything is fine. Then we come to model building. So data scientist build the model. Okay, So it depends upon company to company who's building the model, who is cleaning it. Sometimes one person have to do everything and we call it data scientist. Sometimes data analysts clean the data and give it to a data scientist. This kind of arrangement happens as per the company's strength and company's structure. Okay. Then model building, then we tune the model, which there are some hyper parameter to increase the accuracy of the model. We tune it, then we deploy it either on prem or on the cloud. And then model maintenance, because at certain point of time we have to retrain our model to get perfect accuracy. Otherwise, over a period of time, we get more data and machine has not been exposed to that kind of data, our accuracy will drastically decrease and that model is of no use. So model maintenance is also very important. Understand? This is the
Yes, sir.
basic. If you understand every point of this thing, you will be able to create any model. You will be able to be a data scientist or something like that. Any questions here?
So it's fine till here.
Okay.
No, no doubt.
Okay. Thank you. Now, what is innovation? Innovation is basically we have some idea and we start implementing those idea. Basically, an innovation is often a new product. It can be a new way to doing something new, and so every company put lots of money on their innovation because that's a futuristic thing. Over a period of time, they have to showcase that to their stakeholder that they are okay. Currently they are working on these projects, but what they are doing to secure the future, so that those things are innovation. So most of my career is into innovation, that's why I have included here. That's a must thing to know for all person. Now innovation includes discovery, what could be the idea, then concept, build a concept, design review, and product implementation. I won't be going much into innovation, just the basic introduction of innovation. Now, innovation in artificial intelligence. So, I'm taking 4 use case as example in structured data, and few will be on unstructured data. So, on structured data, what kind of data will be structured data? Can somebody tell me?
So as you mentioned that the data which can be understand by the machine is structured data. That means it basically formed with numbers.
Right, exactly, right. So there are 4 examples like smart factory, digital tune, recommendation engine, and reinforcement engine. Now somebody was talking about IoT. I'll cover this here. So smart factory. Example of smart factory will be IT/OT architecture. Then digital twin is IoT. Recommendation engine is structured data and unstructured data. Reinforcement learning, best ad copy in marketing. I won't go much on theories. So sometime back, I think last year, I was talking to the head of Tata Steels. They want to implement something, um, some AI into their plant. So in manufacturing plants, what happened? They want to build their plant as smart factory. So smart, the problem, so earlier companies were working on industry 2.0. Now they are working on industry 3.0. What is this? Basically, in putting everything on cloud. Earlier, we can see the example here. Earlier, everything has to go by this and lots of dependency. But now, due to IT/OT infrastructure, each each of the component can communicate with each other for data. So that's a IT/OT. IT is our IT department, OT is operational department. Okay. So earlier so the biggest challenge in building any product is basically when you have two team. Suppose One person is UI guy, you are a data scientist, you have built up a model, but that need to be go live, and UI guy don't understand what you have code, what your code is. So there should be a proper communication between you two to get the product live. Same problem was happening in industry 2.0. Now in industry 3.0, there is a proper platform where this IT department and OT department can exchange their data. Same thing in normal product. Now there is a proper channel where UI guy and a data scientist are interacting. So I'm doing, if I will give you a API, will you able to put that on a submit button? UI guys will say, yeah, yeah, I can do that. So I have put some text on submit button. There is a API which runs the algorithm at the back end, and it will pop up the result. Maybe if I have a huge data, it can summarize for me. It can give a title for that data. It can do anything. So that's how they interact with. Second thing is digital twin. These also in manufacturing company, these also plants and all are very much interested, which is at plant, I have a machine which manufactures something. It's a heavy machine. So what happens? I want to get the data, so I cannot go every time and check the machine and get the data from what is that component which emits data? Sensors. Yeah. So what happens? A cloud has been built up, and at in lab there is the same kind of setup, same kind of machinery has been set up virtually, which is exactly similar like that machine, and it copies all the data from the cloud, and it will be a twin of the original machine. So in lab, I can check all functionality whether my machine is working properly or not. That is actually a digital twin. These two are very popular and important use case for any manufacturing companies. So I was speaking about the Tata Steel, so we have discussed these two in detail once. Now recommendation engine, which might you might have encountered on day-to-day life. There are two type of recommendation engine, basically collaborative and content. Collaborative is recommend product based on similar customer. If you have similar customer, so maybe on geo, on geography, suppose Jharkhand people buys lots of jeans. Okay, so based on geography, and I will go to Jharkhand, or I recently shifted to Jharkhand, so it will recommend me to buy a jeans. So based on customers, it's offering me the product. That's called collaborative filtering. Another one is content based filtering. So recommend product based on similar kind of product or item. So if somebody has bought jeans, it is likely to buy a shirt or a top or a kurti. So those kind of thing it suggests. In Amazon, you must have seen these two kind of examples. Not the first one, because it depends upon the data. You have more customer or more product. Based on that, they choose which filtering you want to use. Amazon is using mostly content filtering. Now reinforcement learning engine. So this one I have done it for one of my product. So basically one client came up to us and said, we want to do a video ad. The client was, I think, Barbecue Nation, and they said, we want to do a video ad on some video platform. Can you tell me? And I don't want to waste money, test money, huge amount of money, to check which channel is performing more better on me, and then start the campaign. So with small test budget, can you tell me? So we have done a test campaign on all these four platforms: Hotstar, Sony Live, Voot, and YouTube. Okay, and out of that small set of budget, so very small budget was there. Out of that, using reinforcement learning, we have concluded that Hotstar will be performing best uh, for them, and we have conducted the campaign, and campaign really went well. So other justification to this campaign could be, since Hotstar, when you start doing advertisement on Hotstar, it have lots of filters by which you can segment the customer at a very niche level. So chances of uh, viewing that ad to a customer will be very high, because those persons are more likely to view it and more likely to go to Barbecue Nation and have a lunch or dinner over there. Okay.
So, can I ask you something?
Yeah, please.
Sir, as the previous slide was dealing about the thing of collaborative recommendation engine and the content filtering. So, do these online platforms like OTT platforms uh, lie between lie under the two of the criteria? Because if in some state the people are watching a particular OTT platform, then it will suggest the new person which is going in that state the same OTT platform. But since the content filtering is all about key, if you have search a certain set of OTT platform, then it will recommend you other OTT platforms too. So that's why I think there is a very that there is a confusion type of thing that I'm not able to figuring out key which set of filtering it will fall in.
Okay, okay, I'll tell you. So the simple sigma rule is, if you have less number of customers, more number of products, go with collaborative filtering. If you have less number of so whichever is the higher, go with opposite one. Because so companies, big companies are doing both, but most effective for them will be whichever count is less. Like Amazon, take an example of Amazon. Okay, it has very much uh, suppose lakhs of subscribers or a user, but it have billions of products from small to big. So its product is small, big, customer base is smaller than that. So if I go this way, I have to, for each product I have to again this go to this segment and do it. So that calculation will be, so try to understand in a basic in a common sense way. If you have something less, if you have something more, how do you approach any problem? Small to big or big to small?
No, big to small.
No, 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 small to big.
Small to big,
Why?
sir.
I'll tell you. This is small, suppose this is 10, this is 100. So I'll take this and create a filter, so I have to count it 10 times only. If I go this way, I have to calculate
Much.
100 times.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, okay. Now I'm going to innovation in unstructured data. Unstructured data means,
Something which contains picture, audios, and text.
yeah, right. Guys, others, please also speak up. I feel like I'm not seeing anybody. I'm just looking at my PPT and I can hear just one voice. So please speak up. That will motivate me to explain more. Yeah. So innovation in unstructured data. First one will be image recognition on e-commerce side. Second one will be recommendation engine. Third one will be reinforcement engine. Fourth one will be conversational AI. Okay. These are the examples. I'll go. So image recognition. I think 1.5 year or 2 year back, somebody has contacted me from UK. So they are building a product. 2 years back I'm talking about, and they are into shoes manufacturing. Okay, and they have a website, and they want to build a AI model which will be inbuilt to the camera, and if you take a picture of person's foot or the old shoes, it will gather which size and it will tell you which size will fit you. So because lots of exchange and return money will be wasted, so they want to reduce that return cost. So they want to make it a smart thing. So although Lenscart has implemented similar, but that one is not very efficient. That one is not facial recognition they have implemented. Similar kind of thing is okay. They don't have much data, I think, because when you cross it, and in ad they have shown very beautifully, but actually their product is not very much good. Maybe they are working on it, and in future that will be a good use case. So basically, image recognition of any product, these features are actually right now in Amazon and Flipkart and Mintra, everywhere. There you take the product, take a picture of it, it will show the cost of it, right? So that it's recognizing the image. First thing is it's detecting the image, then recognizing. Detection and recognition comes together. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now recommendation engine. So again, it's kind of same thing. So I'm not reiterating it. Reinforcement learning when we have unstructured data. So best example is Tesla car or some kind of Google car in which runs in their campus. So basically, as I told, given the example of reinforcement learning, it will run and reward it or penalize it. So maybe this car, it has not been trained. I just started it, and I rushed to nearby this car, yellow car. Okay, this which is under there, and there is no optimum distance. Okay, so my model will understand. Okay, I should be maintaining this much distance to not crash. Next time when something is comes here or above it, my speed will get reduced, or I might take break. So that's how this reinforcement learning works, and self-driving cars are totally based on this reinforcement learning. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
thank you. I heard a second voice also.
Sir, my net speed is very low. I also want to answer your question, but Suman's net speed is very high from than me. That's why my answer is going late. My mic is also getting some error or
Misbehaving.
some network issue. I also want
It's
to
okay,
answer your
Anubhav.
questions.
Sir, you can continue.
All right, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. So third one will be conversational AI. So so chatbot, you must have heard of it. Conversational bot, which includes audio also and chatbot also, means typing and audio. That's a conversational bot, like Alexa, Google Home, or in mobile we have Google Assistant or Siri, something like that. Okay, that's, if you guys get a chance to work on R&D department or innovation department in future, so there is something, Gardner is a very big company which gives competitor analysis report, and they generate magic quadrant. So this is this. So every company which is doing R&D, most they're using this mostly magic quadrant of any field. So this magic quadrant is for conversational AI. So you can see which are the market leaders. IBM have a chatbot called Watson. Then Google has a chatbot called conversational AI called Dialogflow. Oracle has something. Amazon has Alexa or uh, Lex, Amazon Lex, something like that. Rasa is an independent open source conversational AI bot. So if you are going into R&D, you have to go through this kind of analysis. Now I'll tell you disadvantages of innovation in AI. It says less employment. So all, then eat up our job. Terminator will destroy the world. Fell in love with voice assistant. There's a movie called I think Voice. No, Her. So in which a guy fell in love into a voice assistant. Then deep fake faces. So So only this is a disadvantages. Other things are more hyped thing which come across the market, that it will eat up our brain, our employment, our jobs. Actually, it's excelling the human intelligence. It's not going to destroy our jobs, eats up our job. It will make us very efficient. I see in that way as a, when we implement an AI. Now, advantages on personal front, you can file a patent if you have done some innovation on AI. You can get citations on your research paper. You can file a IP, intellectual property. Every company is crazy about filing intellectual property, and most companies which file IP, most IP, they get more projects, something like that. Now, on public front, improvement in agriculture, improvement in customer service, raising early alarm. So this is basically a smart factory. You can which raise a early alarm that you have to do maintenance in this many day, otherwise you will fall into a malfunction. Yeah. Thank you. That's it from my end. Any questions, please?
So one of the advantages, if we can add to the process of artificial intelligence, is that there was a slide where we can see the collaborative or the suggestion giving feature of AI, where by just showing the picture or the shoe size of what we're talking about. So don't we think that even if we don't like that product,
I lost you.
Sorry, sir, for the technical glitch. Sir, we have more questions in chat box. Could you go through this?
Sure. What is IoT tool? First thing, what is IoT? So IoT is basically Internet of Thing, where we put up some device and we travel across various things and it captures each movement. So best example could be a fit band, so which captures things. So tool wise I'm not sure about, but cloud wise pretty popular. Azure have a very good IoT, I'll say, tool. Then AWS also have a very good IoT tool, which companies, mainly manufacturing companies, integrated so they can get the live record on their DB. Moving to next, what are some of the best sources to learn about data science and AI? Uh, so best is Andrew Ng, but I'll say his accent is a little more foreign accent. So sometimes you feel sleepy also, and sometimes he goes too much into mathematics and explaining the basics. So Andrew Ng is a must thing to learn from, because he is the father of deep learning. But you can check other courses maybe on Udemy. There's a guy who's a co-founder of CodeStar. CodeStar is a platform. His name is Andrew, some Andrew. I'm forgetting his name. So you can go to CodeStar website and check the co-founder name and copy that name and go to Udemy and get the machine learning courses. His machine learning course is very very good. So you can get it at 400-500, something like that. That is a basic to start with. Otherwise, read some blogs, go to free materials. Yeah. Whoever has, why is image recognition a key of AI? Okay. So basically, okay, simple. When you do audio call, when you do a video call, which one you like it? Which one will be? I'll say which one attracts you? Video call, right? Because you can see maybe your father, mother, your brother, sister, friends, anybody you can see and talk. It's like, so image, that's why image attracts us. So that's why we can say that's a key. And text is little boring, text or audio is little boring because we can't see anyone. As a human being, we are very good at visualizing things. So we, if we see something and relate it, that we gonna never forget that in our entire life. So that's why it's basically a little psychological that image attracts us more. That's why it's a key of AI, and with image facial detection and all, we can do lots of things. Voice, uh, how can we identify deepfakes? Deepfakes, I won't able to talk much on it because lots of research are going on right now. How to identify deepfake? A basic thing could be, do not set your computer or your device, if that is, suppose my MacBook is logged with my face. So with one angle, it won't open. It has to right, left, up, down. Then only it will open. Because deep fake don't have that much. When you are creating a deep face model, you should be having proper angled facial data, which apart from you, nobody else might have. So that's why that's a, I'll say, precaution to take when to get over deep fake. That's a very basic thing which I'm talking about. Apart from that, research are going on, so I won't able to talk much on that. Any questions?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So I want to know that what is the use of computer vision AI?
Image recognition is computer vision. So basically, okay, I forgot to tell one basic thing. So in deep learning, what happens? There are some kind of neural networks which we use. Okay, so when we are working with images, we use convolutional neural network. So when we are dealing with images or computer vision, both are kind of same only. Okay, some people use it image recognition, some people use it computer vision, but both are same, is you will be analyzing an image. And in those kind of thing, the algorithm which you will be using will be conversational neural network. And now there are very efficient computer vision algorithms are also there, like YOLO and SSD. So which is very fast and which captures all the features. Maybe I'm my face is getting captured. So how image recognition works, there is a box which goes around your face and takes all features and record it. So earlier there are models which takes lots of time to calculate, go from one stride to another stride and capture all the features. Right now there are very efficient pre-trained models like SSD or YOLO, which takes all feature of my face or anybody's face at once and calculate it, which will be much faster. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
Sir, I have a question. What are the different domains or subsets of artificial intelligence?
I think I have shown in the beginning. So data wise or algorithm wise, you can say this. Uh, and data wise, there could be only two types: structured and unstructured.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And classification wise, this can be everything comes under AI and machine learning and data science. Inside it, there is a deep learning. It's not mentioned somewhere. There will be statistics, kind of thing. So you can find a better image than this over Google, how AI is related to everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, to get in SEL in AI domain, if student is a fresher, So they want to do internship or to FT. So what they need to know, what the SCL wants from the candidate.
Okay. First thing, do not limit yourself to HCL. I will be talking to a generic company which will be valid for all company for internships. So, if you know little of Python and little of basics of maybe uh, ML and AI, which I have just told about machine supervised and supervised learnings. Okay, you know basics and you know little of Python. Maybe there is a very high chance to get into any company for internship.
Okay, for SCL sir, I have listened one thing. It is rumor or not, I don't know. So
Mm-hmm.
if a candidate applied for the job in SCL, and if he is not selected, then he cannot apply. He can apply only after a year.
No,
So is it
no, 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 not a year. Maybe I think 3 months or 6 months will be there. Not a year. Year is not. So that's a general thing. Maybe 3 months or 6 months. But your initial application, if your initial application has been rejected, or you might not have got call, then you can reapply a number of times. As soon as you get into the interview, and after some round you won't be able to clear it, then you cannot apply. But one new pattern which I can see these days is there will be requirement in different teams. So you can even apply, try it. I'll say try it. Maybe you get rejected in this team because they are looking for something else and you have something else, but again some opening has come and you again apply it, and that recruitment is for another team. Maybe they will hire.
okay? So anyone can approach you also, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Approach me for what? If
For
any
for
of
example,
you, if any of you gets on HCL gets any recruitment notifications, you can talk to me on LinkedIn. I will refer you. That I can do, because in HCL there is hiring happening on. So I'm not sure about whether the hiring is happening right now or not happening. So if you come to me with, okay, I have this link, there is a opening, I can refer you from my side.
Sir, how
Yeah.
voice
Is there
assistants
any
can
other
be hacked?
question?
How?
How voice assistants can be hacked, sir? Like Siri, Alexa, or Google Assistant. How is it possible to generate voice commands by themselves?
Actually, hacking in their context will be little different. So hacking will be there. So in these conversational AI, what happens? There is a trigger word. Okay, the device has to hear that word. You say multiple things until you won't say okay Google, it won't hear you. So to even hack, you must need that okay Google, and when you say it and you have coded to your voice only, then it might able to detect it that that's not your voice if that is a voice coded. But the hacking is also possible over there, because every voice have a pitch. So if somebody has copied your pitch, and or maybe your voice, and cut and pasted okay Google and then said it something to it, it's a machine for sure. It won't act automatically. Somebody has to give some command to it. So by giving fake command with in your voice, it can be hacked. But without that, it cannot be hacked. It's a machine, it cannot act automatically.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, what should be the common roadmap for learning AI as a career option?
Okay, I have shown here in this PPT. So first decide what is your core skill. What do you want to become? So I'll suggest all of you that fo- focus on what you want to be, what you enjoy doing it. Okay. So given an example, I don't want to a hard coder, and I know that from the beginning. I want to do innovations, and I'm good at it. I'm good at thinking. So I know that. That's why rather than a traditional code, I know coding and all, I am building algorithm, but I don't want to be a super cool coder who can code anything in few seconds and do anything. I don't want to be that, because I don't like coding that much. I like innovation that much. So first you decide what do you like. You like basic cleaning. If I talk about AI or machine learning field, what do you want to be? You just want to play around database and do some execution, create table command, and do some kind of analysis over there, then data engineer is the best profile for you. You will be working on mostly SQL or few other DB languages, and your life is sorted. That job is also very cool. You can do analysis over there. Second thing is, you want to be a data analyst, which gets the data and cleans it every time, and give it to data scientist. Okay. Or you can do by yourself also. Model building you can do by yourself also. So what I suggest, if I talk about data science field, you try everything and try to understand where is your interest, and then you figure out, okay, no, I don't want coding and all. I like tool based work. So maybe Tableau or Power BI, you put the data, create some insights, and that insights will be very cool.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful session, sir. We are on the verge to wind up our session, so I would like to call Mr. Sharjil Ahmad Khan to express a vote of thanks.
You are on mute.
Sharjil, unmute your mic.
Hello.
Hi.
Ah. Oh, thank you, Sukriti Sinha. My greetings to all of you. I feel privileged and honored to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of the entire ACMP team. I guess joy is the simplest form of expressing gratitude. So here I am expressing my immense joy towards Mr. Ashish Chandra sir. It has really been a great session, and I am sure that everyone present here must have got a lot from this meeting. On behalf of our team, sir, I extend a very warm thanks to you for gracing us with such helpful information and sharing with us your valuable opinions. I would also like to thank our audience for making this event a huge success. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye everyone.
Sir,
Thank
Thank
you,
bye,
you.
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.